Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Saturday, the 9th of November 2024. Today was match day. It was away at Stoke, and you know what they say? It's okay them doing it here and there. Can they do it on a cold day at Stoke? Well, yes and no. We kind of did. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Tom Bradshaw. So Mill goes 7 unbeaten with Stoke City draw. This is the official match report from millfc.co.uk. Stoke City and Mill drew 1-1 in the Sky Bet Championship on Saturday afternoon. Josh Coburn opened the scoring late in the first half, but Ben Gibson's header saw the Lions concede for the first time in 4.5 matches and allowed the Potters a share of the points. The result extended Mill's unbeaten run to 7 matches. Neil Harris made 4 changes for the trip to the Bet365 Stadium, as Casper De Norre, Femi Aziz, Coburn, and Tom Bradshaw. What? The latter back from injury replaced George Saville, Duncan Watmore, George Honeyman, and Macaulay Langstaff in the 11. Yeah, if you've been watching the channel, I went to the under-21 game away at Brentford, then where Bradshaw started up front. And it wasn't all that. It wasn't all that, shall we say? Let's just say that. So, absolutely bewildering that he started. Not only that, but they changed the formation to fit him in, which may make sense as we get through it. There was a chance just 27 seconds into the game for Stoke City to take the lead, but after a cross found its way to Tom Cannon at the back post, the striker's attempt across goal went wide. Romain Esse's clever ball inside Japhet Tanganga then set up a chance at the other end for the Lions, but the defender dillied and dallied and was closed down. Mill then swept forward through Esse and Aziz on 11 minutes, with the latter then crossing for the run of Coburn, but a strike was denied by an expert tackle as he looked to pull the trigger from the edge of the 6-yard box. Ryan Wintle and Eric Bocat then traded off chances on goal as the first half wore on, before Bradshaw chested down Jake Cooper's long ball and swivelled, only to be severed wide of the post. Bay Juno's strike then forced Lucas Jensen to tip wide, with Aziz then breaking down the left-hand side and sending over a cross which just evaded Coburn as the attacks continued to flow. Esse's ball to the back post was then nodded back across goal by Aziz, but to no avail, with another Mill cross coming on 40 minutes as Wintle looked for Aziz at the back post. The winger was able to get a shot away, but only after the slightest of touches from Junior Chamadu had taken the pace off the ball and stopped a clean connection. Cannon then had an attempt stopped by Jensen, but the Lions took the lead 3 minutes before the break as Aziz's deflected cross was tapped home by Coburn, with Victor Johansson stranded. Honeyman replaced Bradshaw at the half-time break, with the first opportunity of restart going away of Stoke. Tanganga standing firm to deny Juno. A major flashpoint at 51 minutes saw Stoke denied a penalty kick as Cooper appeared to pull back Cannon inside the area. However, the Potters got their equaliser on the hour mark as a corner was headed home by Gibson. The first goal the Lions had conceded in over 4.5 matches. I'm not too familiar with Stoke players, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Cannon. It was someone who didn't look like him at all. Cannon has like dark brown hair, and this guy. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's being shared all over the place because it's an absolute stonewall penalty. And I guess that's what they talk about when they mention, because we know Jake Cooper gets rugby tackled every game, and we never get penalties. So the common trope is, it all evens out over the season, doesn't it? Some you get, some you don't. This was the balance of justice swinging back quite heavily in our favour over the past couple of seasons, where Jake Cooper's been absolutely brutally manhandled and we haven't been given any penalties at all for it. In fact, rather than just ignoring it, they actually give penalties the other way, which is absurd. But yeah, so Jake Cooper literally grabs the guy's ribs and pulls him backwards. And Jake Cooper stops and freezes for a minute because he thinks it's going to be a penalty, and because almost certainly if he didn't do that, it probably would have been a goal. I mean, it was like inside the 6-yard box. So, and the funny thing is, when they did the replay, they did a couple of replays. I watched on Sky Sports Plus. They did one from behind the goal, high up, and you're looking at the referee, and the referee is looking straight ahead at the situation. I don't know what the fuck he saw, because how did he not give that? How did we get away with that? I don't know. But man, oh my goodness, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. It is criminal. Yeah, so they should have had a penalty. They didn't. In fact, the guy who got fouled got booked because he's running back to the referee saying, "Oh, what the fuck?" So yeah, that was hilarious to me and many Millwall fans. That is the balance of justice returning to an equilibrium. So there you go. Aziz provided a superb cross into the box on 64 minutes, but no Millwall man was there to convert, with the Lions and winning the ball back high up the pitch moments later. However, Honeyman's attempt at threading a pass through to SA did not come off. More teasing balls into the box followed, the next one from SA with 66 minutes played, followed by Aziz making space for himself on the left-hand side of the penalty area, only to drill a shot agonisingly wide of the far post. Saville and Mihailo Ivanovic were introduced into the game with a little over 15 minutes remaining as goalscorer Coburn and SA made way, with chances now few and far between, perhaps owing to both sides tiring after the effort put in across the afternoon. Bocat blazed over with 2 minutes left to play, and with no further goal mouth action, both sides settled for the draw. One other thing I will say with their goal there, the goal that they scored from the corner, for some godly unknown reason, George Honeyman was on the front post, and he comes out and he jumps as high as he can and tries to flick the ball with his head, but the ball's over his head. Like, who put Shorty on the front post? Why is he on the front post? I don't know, maybe because Bradshaw was on the front post and then he comes on for Bradshaw at half time and then he takes over. I don't know if that's the situation, but yeah, that shouldn't have been the case. Someone else should have been on the front post. So yeah, the team was as follows: Jensen, Leonard, Tanganga, Cooper, McNamara, Denor, Wintle, Essay, Coburn, Aziz, Bradshaw, and the substitutes were Saville on for Essay in the 73rd minute, Ivanovic on for Coburn in the 73rd minute, Hutchinson on for Aziz in the 94th minute, and Honeyman on for Bradshaw at half time. The unused substitutes were Roberts, Wallace, Langstaff, Watmore, and Emaku. So looks like, was that Kelly missing out there? So that's, we've got the injured players back. That's a pretty full squad, and the players coming off the bench are, quite strong. Quite a bit of rotation as well. Yes, Stoke City booking Berger, so it must have been Berger who got fouled. I'm pretty sure it was him. The crowd was 21,060, and it didn't look it on the TV. There was empty seats all over the place, and the Mill fans are 691. So there you go with that. Yeah, so Bradshaw starting, and we played 4-4-2, which is kind of insane. I could see what they was trying to do, because that's a big old pitch up there. It's a massive pitch. So I guess you can't really do the high press. It doesn't work. They'll just pass through you. And quite some times in today's match, we got a bit lucky with balls coming through. Like, literally, as it says, after 25 seconds, the ball came through a gap on the pitch, and then the guy ran onto it, and boom, nearly scored. So I can see why they did that, but yeah, it's just bizarre. This Tom Bradshaw must be like the most revered, nicest guy, top salt of the earth guy in the world, for people just to throw him back in like this. Like, that literally doesn't make sense. Or it literally doesn't make sense in terms of a logical point of view. I guess the thing with Bradshaw is that I guess the way we're playing up front, we're running around, that Honeyman is kind of a poorer version of Bradshaw in terms of he's not got the shooting instincts, but he's like a terrier and he can run around a bit more, and he's already faster than Tom Bradshaw is now after his couple of injuries. But then Honeyman's not got, like, he's had a lot of chances, he hasn't scored. He only scored one goal, I think. But his XG is like 4 or 5, so he should have scored 4 goals. But he's only scored 1. But then if you replace him with Bradshaw, you get someone who runs around, but they might have a chance of, getting a shot off and getting a goal. But like, that's the thing. He's not as quick as he used to be, and you probably forget that because you haven't seen him playing for a while. But this isn't the level that he's at anymore. It's not. I don't think this is the level he's at, so I don't understand why. Now, I did mention in yesterday's game that they might do this with Coburn. They actually played Coburn, for 73 minutes. They started him and played him for 73 minutes. I thought, well, how about if you start Coburn and take him off at half time? Or start Ivanovic and bring Coburn on at half time. So he actually did it, but he did it with Bradshaw, which I'm pretty sure Neil Harris wasn't at that Brentford under 21 game. I did see Steve Gallen there, but man, I don't know what they were watching, if they've seen the videos, because this is. But we'll see, we will see. It's obviously, maybe he's trying to help him out, get him match fit, so that he can leave in January, either on a loan to see out his contract at the end of the season, or just to go off on a free transfer. I don't know, but that was rather bizarre decision, and I certainly do hope that we don't see him against Sunderland. I certainly do hope we don't. So yeah, let's move on to this, also from millwallfc.co.uk. It's some pictures from the game. Obviously, Stoke had their Remembrance Day thing today. It's a home game. So Remembrance Sunday tomorrow. Sure to be loads of fun and games around the country, apparently. Femias played very well, had a shot that just flashed wide of the goal. There's Coburn scoring. And we're back to the start. So not many pictures today, but there you go. So now some post-match comments from the londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press. Millwall boss Harris happy with excellent point as unbeaten run stretches 7 championship matches. Millwall failed to make it 5 straight championship wins in a row. They drew 1-1 at Stoke City this afternoon, but still clapped off a successful week as they extended their unbeaten run to 7 matches. The Lions took a first half lead through Josh Coburn, the on-loan Middlesbrough striker, converted from close range after Femias' cross took a slight deflection to leave him with a simple tap-in, but the hosts levelled things up in the second period as they scored from a corner. Stoke captain Ben Gibson headed home on the hour mark as he managed to steal some space off Japhet Tanganga to meet the ball first at the near post. Aziz scuffed a finish narrowly wide in 67 minutes. He raced onto Romanes's through pass. Millwall were perhaps fortunate not to concede a penalty early in the second half when Jake Cooper tugged the shirt, he did more than that, of Wouterberger. So that's funny because here it's Berger, but the Millwall website lists him as Burger, the delightful snack food. From another corner, but referee James Ball missed the incident. Yeah, he didn't tug his shirt. He literally grabbed his rib cage and pulled him down. Yeah. The draw dropped the Lions out of the Championship playoff zone. But we were already out. No, that's not technically true. That's not technically true, because the midweek game on Thursday, we dropped out of the playoff zone, so that's not technically true. Neil Harris' side came into the contest on the back of 4 successive 1-0 wins. Harris told BBC London, it's an excellent point. The whole ground, probably the whole football industry thought, Millwall 1-0 up, and that's how it's going to finish. But, huge credit to Stoke. They're a good side in a good moment. They caused a lot of problems in the middle third all game, but we had the better chances, so I'm delighted with the point. Ultimately, it's not just one game. I look at the week and the 7 points in a week. For us to play Burnley and Leeds at home and to come to Stoke, a ground where we notoriously we've not done great, for a long time. That's a fantastic week for us. There was a thought process on the team selection to trying to find Stoke's weaknesses on their first line, getting an extra body higher up the pitch, but there was a big fault to not wanting to change a winning team and a winning formula. And I certainly didn't want to leave George Honeyman out, but you had to look at the fixture schedule and then look at 3 games in less than 6 days, because we finished the game at 5 o'clock last Sunday, and we start at 12:30 today. It's absolute madness that we're put in that situation. So I've had to rotate the squad. Every player that stepped on the pitch has been magnificent. Every player who hasn't stepped on the pitch, even ones back at the training ground, like Murray Wallace, Wes Harding, Adam Mayer, Billy Mitchell, Adomi Omaku, have been absolutely magnificent at driving things out, and that's what we need as a football club. Stoke got into good positions, had a lot of possession, but we had the better chance. Femi Aziz will be disappointed he didn't get that 1 goal, if not 2 or 3. He scored a fine goal, a well-worked free kick to get Josh Coburn in, and I'm delighted for him to come back and score. There were so many positives today, and ultimately for the whole week. It was a good point. And Stoke aren't Burnley, Stoke aren't Leeds. We didn't need to set up the way we set up against them. So I understand, playing 2 up front, that kind of did make sense, but it did leave us a bit empty in the middle, especially with no Saville there. So you had Honeyman rested and Saville rested, and we didn't win the game. So what does that say? For all the haters out there, what does that say? What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else, but I forgot. Coburn. So I believe that's 2 goals in 3 starts, because he's played more than 3 games, but they were off the bench. So he started 3 games and he scored 2 goals. Now that's what you want from a striker, isn't it? Goals. Wow. A striker that can score goals. Wow. So yeah. Long may it continue. I'm sure he's going to be well up for the next game against Sunderland. I believe didn't he start at Sunderland and then he went to Middlesbrough? Because Sunderland let him go as a youth. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I don't think it was Newcastle. I think it was Sunderland. So I'm sure he's going to be well up for that one, especially since they're at the top of the table. So, yes, that's going to be a bit tasty. So, moving on to this from the SouthwarkNews.co.uk. I've been very careful what to say. Mill boss and Stoke draws. Potter's head coach reveals referee admission. Neil Harris was pleased Mill picked up a 7th point in the last 6 days after their 1-1 draw at Stoke City, but criticised the club's bonkers fixture schedule. The Lions defeated Burnley 1-0 last Sunday, followed up with a 1-0 win at the Den over Leeds on Wednesday, and were only denied a 5th 1-0 victory in a row after Josh Coburn's opener by Ben Gibson's equaliser. Mill are unbeaten in their last 7 games. I've been very careful, what to say before this game, because I didn't want to affect the football club and my players. But, we finished last Sunday at 5:15 p.m. against Burnley, and this is our 3rd game in 6 days. It's bonkers. And we're put in these sort of situations, so just huge credit to my players for the battling performance, and some really good chances were created. This is an excellent point. The whole ground and probably the whole football industry thought Millwall 1-0 up. That's how it's going to finish. And then, so it's pretty much what I just read. I think there's a bit more difference Yeah, he talks about the penalties. So he talks about the penalties, says, oh, from where I was, it really looked like it was a penalty. You know, a lot of managers would say, no, I didn't see it, or I'm not sure. I would need to see it. I would need to see it again, but at the time I thought it was a penalty. So I think we may have got away with one there. Stoke City head coach Narcis Pilac revealed the officials admitted their error. Oh, it's a penalty for us, a red card, and then probably we win the game. So I'm disappointed. It would have been great a week with 3 wins, but we have to take the point. It is what it is, and I don't get frustrated. The ref got it wrong. You know, it's clear. Everyone has seen it. The job of the referee is not easy. You know, we are all human beings, and we make mistakes. And they've apologised for the mistake. And I have been in charge for 10 or 11 games here, and it's happened 3 times to me now. I accept the apologies. You know, we are all human beings, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is, and then hopefully one day it will go the other way. Exactly. Today it went our way. For the previous 25 days, it didn't. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what it is. It's the table. Now, we have got games tomorrow. There's Sheffield Derby. You got Hull versus West Brom, the Draw Kings, and Burnley versus Swansea. So Millwall are in 7th. So I believe we've actually gone up 1 place. We were 8th before kick-off today. So there you go. Now, it is fairly worrying. No, we are unbeaten in 7, and there's 6 games. And if we go through them, you can see we're averaging a goal a game, which means that if we don't keep a clean sheet, we get a 1-1 draw. So it would have been nice to score 2 goals, but I doubt that's going to happen in the next game. So I think it's going to be more of the same against Sunderland. I'm pretty sure Joby Bellingham is going to be absent for that with the red card he had. So we're right to see, but they've got other players who can do the damage. So that's not going to be easy. That's not going to be easy. But then after that, we've got Portsmouth who ship goals for fun, and Oxford who at home they're pretty decent, but you know, you never know. Hopefully we score more than 1 goal against them. Especially both of these teams are near the bottom of the table, and we're near the top. But we wait to see. Now, obviously, 7th, but West Brom, if they draw tomorrow, they will go back above us into 7th. If they win, they'll fly up. And already, before Sheffield United have kicked a ball, there is a gap there between 3rd and 4th. So it seems to be Sunderland, Leeds, Sheffield, and then the rest. So there you go. There you go. Hopefully we can keep on keeping on and keep the pressure going and keep up there. Because if we keep up there, not everyone can keep up there, so they'll start falling down. And that's how it works, isn't it? You be consistent. You need to be consistent. And that's the hardest thing to be. So, what else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah. So I thought that these shirts would be on sale earlier, but these are shirts from, I believe, the Burnley game, and they were reused for the Stoke away game, and so they are now finally on sale. And yeah, this is from matchwornshirt.com. It's the poppy shirts, the poppy in the middle, and rather surprisingly, so I think for the last couple of auctions, they've only auctioned off the shirts that have been worn, not the ones from the substitutes who didn't play. But this one, they have auctioned off all of the shirts. And interestingly, it looks like Macaulay Langstaff's issued but not worn shirt that has been signed is leading with £202 bid. And there are as you go down. So the goal scorer who won the game, or he didn't win the game, he scored for us, £118 for his shirt. Lucas Jensen, £137, you know. And as you go down, Liam Roberts, £74. Adomi Maku, £75. And when you consider like I said before, a new shirt anyway costs you 50 quid. You can get one that's actually got the numbers on, got the thing on, all signed. It's got the actual proper EFL thing. So there you go. I mean, it's 21 days, and obviously the money goes to the British Legion's thing. So yeah, there you go. Matchwornshirt.com. And we're going to finish with this. I'm going to remind you, this was posted yesterday. I didn't put it up. They've actually advertised tickets that for sale, so that genuinely means that the game is pretty much confirmed to be going ahead. It's the second under-21 game at the Den this season. They had the opening game there, and then it looked like they weren't going to have another one until 2025, but they actually brought this one at the Den, which is good to see. So Millwall under-21s take on Sheffield Wednesday in the Professional Development League at the Den on Thursday the 14th of November, with the kick-off at 12 midday, which is quite early. Don't know why that is. And tickets are now on general sale. Tickets are priced at £5 for adults, £1 for under 16s. Under 16 season ticket holders go free of charge. But then why are they not at school? Exactly. So yeah, that's happening on Thursday, which is a bit weird again because we normally play Tuesdays or Fridays, but Thursday for some reason. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.